let's preview this Georgia game. And I feel like a good place to start is Heupel's response. And I think I can just put it up to the microphone here and play what Heupel had to say about Nico when he was asked about it in this post-game press conference. I'll try to just play this. Here's what he said about Nico's injury.
Josh, just any injury that you can give on Nico, and can you say whether or not it's season-ending?
You're going to get right to the point, huh?
Yeah. Playoff committee will want to know.
Yeah.
Laughing.
We anticipate having him ready for next week. So precautionary measure at halftime, and so I feel like we'll be ready to roll next Saturday.
There you go. So was this really just Heupel going, Mississippi State stinks, I'll play Gaston Moore because I want to make sure Nico's not injured? Kind of seems that way.
Honestly, I mean, you're not going to hold out your starter in the second half of an SEC game. Only
what do you think?
No. I'll just say this: you hold out your starter in the second half of an SEC game, only up 13 points at halftime.
That'd be ballsy.
No, because then you're going to be answering to higher people.
Yeah,
say it that way. It doesn't matter how good or bad said opponent is. You do that, you're about to answer to higher people. Now, I don't think he would be just laughing if it was absolutely serious. But also, I do think he was laughing at the, damn, it's the first question I'm going to field. Kind of knew it would be, but right to the point. There is also some gamesmanship in there. Because now what has everybody done? Everybody's calmed down when they heard him laugh, right? I don't know what the injury is. I have no idea. I don't know if it's AC, collarbone, concussion, nothing. You know.
He didn't say anything there.
Grass in his eye and his eye swelled shut. I don't know.
The fact that he expressly said it was a precautionary deal and used the word precautionary.
I get that. But they also have media people that tell you what to say.
That's true.
Does that make sense? Like you cover teams every week. Like you cover these things, you look into this stuff on purpose because you're supposed to, right? What do you think Athens reporters are doing? What do you think Kirby Smart's media people are doing? He's not going to go in there and be like, oh, man, damn sky's falling. You know, that type of stuff. I have zero clue on the injury at all. Zero clue if it's serious, not serious. Precautionary is the most generic term when it comes to sports injuries, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it is. I literally have, I'm not being funny, I have 3 ankle bones in my ankle, and every week mine was precautionary. I have a shattered right ankle to this day. It's the most generic, it's the most generic term you can use because it gets people to calm down. Now,
definitely.
Granted, do you see what I'm saying? Now, it may actually be, but we'll never know, is what I'm getting at.
It could have been a situation like this. Got his bell rung a little bit. He's feeling dizzy, and you just, frankly, in this age of football, you can't mess with that. You can't mess with that. And maybe they shut it down and went, you're not touching a football field till we get an MRI. Like maybe.
But what's this? James Fair brings up a great point. Why wouldn't he come back out if it was just precautionary?
That's true.
You don't stay in the locker room. Guys with knee injuries come back out on crutches.
Yep.
If it's precautionary, you come back out. I'm not saying the severity. I'm not there. I didn't see anything that was like crazy bad hit. So I don't know. But I guess what I'm getting is precautionary is just the most generic term you can think of. Because notice they never really said, well, he's out for the game. He's doubtful the rest of the game. Because the media, like Tennessee's media people, are telling the ESPN reporters what they want to know.
Well, it could be what I said, and I don't know Tennessee's entire setup if they would have the equipment in-house at the close by. I don't know what all they need to do to test for something like that. But if he had to go off premises,
you would know. So here in Neyland, if you're going off site for everything outside of a baseline concussion test.
Okay. So then maybe it was that.
There's no X-ray
Maybe-
machine. There's no MRI machine. There's no dentist chair. If you chip a tooth, because Oregon, who knows? They probably have a dentist in their stadium because of Phil Knight. Who knows?
They probably do.
But you know what I'm saying? Like there's for in Neyland, like you're off site for everything.
So he might have had to go across the river to UT and get some tests done. So
and the thing is, like if he left during the game, we would have known.
That's also true.
So he didn't leave during the game.
Yeah.
Which means he was in the locker room. So which tells me if he's in the locker room, tells me it's probably, I could be wrong, it's probably not a concussion.
Well,
that's just my thing. I'm gonna give you my guess, and I'm gonna say a stinger.
Yeah.
That's a complete guess.
And I would say hopefully from the look of everything, hopefully it's his non-throwing arm. No, I didn't see anything.
No, but when he was shaking his arm, and here a stinger, guys, you get like. So in high school, I played both ways. You play safe, like I played defense. So defensive players and offensive line and running backs get it more obviously than a quarterback. But I'm assuming everybody remembers Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu has straight up admitted, he goes, dude, you get 5 to 6 stingers a game playing defense. I mean, it's a physical contact sport. It is what it is. Yep. So quarterbacks, if you get a stinger and it's in your throwing shoulder, I get it. Maybe that's what it is. That's my guess. Complete and random ass guess. Because otherwise, I mean, it wasn't. They said upper body, so we're not thinking knee or ankle or abdomen or anything like that. It's essentially elbow, shoulder, or head.
Right? I don't think that you'll find out the true nature of it. I mean, you won't. This is not listed on the injury report, but on Wednesday, you'll find out a little bit more. Football is back, and what better way to bet on the big games than on Zen Sports, the new sportsbook in Tennessee that's bringing sports betting to a whole new level. When you sign up for Zen Sports, you'll automatically earn up to a $100 no-danger first wager. If your first bet loses, you'll be reimbursed for the amount of your bet up to $100. And for the football season, Zen Sports is launching a revamped betting platform for both college football and the NFL. And what's better? With our new look, Zen Sports will be offering daily promotions, including odds boosts, same-game parlays, no-danger wagers, and much more. Zen Sports also offers a one-of-a-kind VIP rewards program, and if you qualify, you can earn monthly comps at sporting events, concerts, and even sportsbook bonuses. It's by invite only, so go to zensports.com/VIP for details. What are you waiting for, football fans? Start betting with Zen Sports, where you will receive true odds on all parlays and an enhanced user experience. Get going. Download their app at zensports.com today. Zen Sports betting just got better. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. No danger. First wager limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Boosted odds are derived from equivalent parlay bets offered in Tennessee. Must be 21 or older in Tennessee to bet. Zen Sports. Probable, questionable, not on it, and meaning he's playing. We'll see. We'll just kind of have to find out then. But in light of that, I feel like this preview should go down two roads. First, to you, Crump, how does this Georgia game go with Nico? And then we'll talk about without. First, Nico plays, Sampson good, and let's also assume maybe Thornton's out there at least good to go. And his injury is nothing serious. Let's assume that too. I probably need to see what's been said about that. But let's start there. How are you feeling about this Georgia game?
I'm feeling fine. I mean, I felt confident about it all year. I saw comments earlier. Oh, Georgia, it's been so long since they lost 2 in a row. Cool. Who cares?
It had been forever until they lost to a team that wasn't Alabama, but they did that today. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this Georgia team is a 21 and 22 Georgia teams. I don't. And so you're right. It can go down 2 roads, but both roads merge at the same point of it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback, Dylan Sampson in the backfield. If Dylan Sampson's not in the backfield, then those 2 roads fork very differently. You see what I'm saying? Like if Sampson is not playing for I don't know, say he's like, oh, I got the flu. I don't know. Knock on, everyone knock on. He needs to have a flu game. But if something happens and he doesn't play, then they go down completely different paths where we're more drop back pass with Gaston more than Nico. And Nico's more RPO, quarterback run, not heavy quarterback run like with Hendon, but like quarterback sweep type stuff. Hendon, we just straight up zone read him right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But those are where I think that's how it gets drastically different, is if Dylan Sampson is not in the backfield. If he's in the backfield, those roads both converge back to hand Dylan Sampson the ball.
The key to me in both versions to what you're saying there is Sampson.
Yes.
That's been true and will be true all season long.
Yeah.
Nico playing, he does give you that advantage of his legs. And I mean, Gaston Moore, he missed some obvious, short stuff, at least just a quick glance watching in real time. But I mean, pass interference on long throws is the same as a 15-yard throw. So whatever.
Yeah, I'll go this way. I like to play devil's advocate on the show because it gives us stuff to talk about. What's the difference in him missing a short throw and not getting reps with those receivers and Nico overthrowing wide open receivers?
Yep, that's a fair point. Absolutely.
I'm not taking a shot at Nico. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to play devil's advocate on that point because Gaston may during the week get 10% of the plays with the starting receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Just a random number. So that is in itself, that could be hard for him because he's thrown to the second string guys. You know what I'm saying? So I do think he came in and played well. I'm not going to say he's going to go throw for 400 yards on Georgia if he plays. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I do think he can manage the game. And if it is him, we're more drop back pass than we are with Nico.
Yeah, out of necessity.
Well, actually, I'll tell you, I'll go to this sense. We'll be more drop back pass than anybody that Heupel's had at Tennessee if Gaston plays, because he's the least mobile of all of them.
Yes. And it does operate at its best when you have the quarterback's legs to consider. But you'll have to work with what you got. Again, I'm going to take Heupel at his word.
Nico's
outlying to us.
Well, I mean, he's going to play. I just don't know. And I've seen Ben's asked a couple times, how long does a stinger take to go away? I mean, hell, he'll be good tomorrow. If that's what it is. Like I said, that's my guess. I have zero to go on. I'm just reading between the lines of precautionary. He didn't come back out on the field, so they wanted to make sure that it wasn't a concussion. Like, that's how my brain works.
Well, Evan White said he saw someone speculate chest contusion, and Evan says he liked that answer. Yeah, I mean, again, everybody's guess is as good as ours at this.
And none of us are going to know. You know who's going to know the most? People in Nico's class when he shows up to class on Monday.
That's true. Well, and the people,
I'm just saying, because they'll see how he's acting, or if he, I mean, that's just because that's the cool part about college football is the people that know stuff the most are the ones that are in these kids' classes.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you get, like, if you have a not so tight-lipped like training staff that are privy to the situation, obviously that is very much looked down on poorly if you are training staff and do that. But it does happen. Make no mistake. That definitely happens. We'll find out. Frankly, it's just
he's gonna play. It doesn't. Let's just call it like it is. And once again, I go back to I don't care who plays as long as Dylan Sampson plays.
Yes,
our stuff runs through Dylan Sampson. He's getting screwed by the national media. Go figure. We know that happens in Knoxville. You know what I'm saying? It always seems like that happens. And he is the best player on our team.
I do have to point out, I couldn't agree more. It really does come down to Dylan Sampson. At the end of the day, this team goes as he goes at this point.
Yep.
But you are going to have to win through the air to a certain extent.
Yeah, we have to extend drives through the air, but we have to win it
Yes.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Like
let's
we're
see.
gonna have a couple 3rd and 9s that they've got the box where we can't run the ball, that we got to make a play. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to extend the drive. We're gonna have to extend the drives through the air, but we're gonna win the game on the ground because he's gonna pound and ground and 4 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 15 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where we're going to beat them. And then next thing you know, there's a 30-yard touchdown run. And you know, like the Titans used to say, just run the damn ball.
Exactly.
Because that's what we do. We do that so well. Now, if we throw for 250 or more and we run for 200, icing on the cake.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if we throw for 170 and it's an efficient 170 and we've stayed on the field on 3rd downs 170, that's a winning formula.
I don't care how it comes about if you can win this Georgia game. I mean, that would be the best win for Tennessee football in 20 plus years. I mean, what you would be getting yourself into the playoff at that point, you wouldn't just be getting yourself into the playoff. If you beat Vandy, you're in the SEC championship game. And Vandy got their butt handed to them today by South Carolina. And I think Tennessee could do the same if they play well.
Yeah.
So
like, we win next week. Vandy's Vandy. Vandy is Vandy and Kentucky is Kentucky. Right. We win next week. We go to Atlanta. We're in the playoffs, regardless of win or lose. Win, we get a bye. Lose, we probably don't get a home game, though.
Well, I'll ask you before we bounce. Tennessee, are they beating Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the record, you are the one person that I knew that called the 22 season and the 10-2 run and the beating to Alabama. You preseason, you called that. So
I do. I think we beat them. I think, once we get in the playoff, at that point, anything can happen. But you can't win it if you ain't in it.